Well, g'day there, peeps. So welcome back here to the Bexless. I'm standing on top of a speaker right now here at the Ministry of Sound Party, and I've got a bit of bass in me bumbo. I think anywhere else that'd be really inappropriate, but anyway, before the break there, a couple of music video clips, one from New Zealand and DMB outfit doing big things. It was the Upbeats with Carousel, and also the Prodigy there with a bit of a frightening one was the Omen. Now, this little interview piece coming up, I caught up with one half of the Vandalism ElectroPop music group from Australia, Andy Vann. It was a very nice chap actually. Let's find out what he had to say. All right, people, thank you for joining us. So tonight we are here with Mr. Andy Vann, one half of the Australian electro music group Vandalism. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Andy.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Fresh off the flight from somewhere long or close?
Close, actually. It was Melbourne, so not too bad.
Not too jet lagged right now?
No, but ready and raring to go.
Excellent. Andy is here as part of an event. He is playing at a nightclub called the Met here in Auckland City, and we've caught him before he heads off, I believe, on a whirlwind tour coming up very soon.
Absolutely. We're doing gigs in Dublin, Sweden, Zurich, Moscow, all over the place. It's going to be pretty crazy, actually.
And what sort of time frame have you set aside for all those spots?
9 days.
9 days.
So I'll be in like 8 countries in 9 days.
So I guess sleep just doesn't even come into the equation.
Yeah, sleep on planes.
Hey, I wanted, it's one of my questions for individuals such as yourself who have interesting names. What inspired the title Vandalism?
Well, basically, about 5.5, 6 years ago, myself and a guy named Cam were putting together sort of some cut-ups and some mash-ups of tracks and things like that, and we just wanted to come up with a name that was sort of edgy and you know, sort of reflected us wrecking and destroying music. And it kind of really worked for us to call it something like Vandalism, and I said, why not Vandalism? And of course it works for me because obviously it's got the word van in it. So maybe I should have called it Candleism, but no. So Vandalism came forward, and it was a really strong name, and we went with it. And now that music's where it is now, where it's crazy and angry and bleepy and noisy and electro-y, that works well for us even more. So I think Vandalism's actually working better for us now, so it's great.
I thought it might be something to do with like maybe Kurt Cobain, Nirvana influence, like smashing CDJs or something like that on stage. It's not gone that far yet.
It actually has gone that far.
It has.
We did a gig in Coffs Harbour, and they set it up, we didn't mean it, they set it up on a glass outdoor table. That was the DJ console. It was a glass outdoor table. And we jumped up, Cam and I. The first time we jumped up, the whole console smashed on the ground. We hadn't even played one song, and the whole thing just smashed. Brand new CDJs, brand new mixer, all smashed. And we were like, thank you very much.
So that's when you know you're a rock star.
Yeah, well, that was crazy. But funnily enough, all the gear worked. It looked pretty crappy, but all the gear worked again.
Thank God. So now these days Vandalism is made up of yourself and your lovely partner Cassie. What role does Cassie play in the group as well as yourself? What sort of strengths do each of you bring to the table?
Well, basically it's because it's both of us now. We've got a studio at home and we work on ideas. Cassie puts forward ideas. I usually work on beats and grooves and ideas and melodies, and then I'll slam them over to Cass and I'll be like, you know, you take it from here. She'll put on vocal ideas, you know, different angles, because vocals obviously really make a difference to a track because it gives it quite an identity and something to chant along or sing along to. Mm-hmm. And it gives it that energy. Obviously there's a dance floor energy, comes from sort of the dance and the dance beats and the music that I bring to it, and Cassie brings the vocals and that sort of gutsy energy.
Have you guys ever tried swapping, or are you more of shower soprano?
Yeah, I'm barely a soprano at all. I would say you wouldn't want to hear me sing. I yell a lot, but apart from yelling, that's all about you'd want me to do.
Sweet as. Well, we won't ask you to sing a cappella right now then. Do you guys get homesick at all, like traveling so many spots around the world?
Yes and no. We usually stay home maybe a 2-month block, and then we'll do a bit of touring, and then a 2-month block and a bit of touring. So at the moment we're putting together an American tour and another European tour for the European summer in September, August and September. So we do like it when we're at home, but we're always gigging every weekend anyway. But you know, it's always sort of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we're at home, so it's okay.
It must help being a couple and travelling, because in most instances, being like the businessman or something like that, you'd be out and about, but you actually get to travel around with your wife. It must be pretty cool.
It is very cool. For us, we often sort of sit back and go, wow, we're pretty lucky. One, because we love what we're doing. You know, some people, you know, do a job and they're like, I really don't like the job. But for me, always love music. Cassie's like on YouTube and listening to music and writing lyrics for other artists, and like she's doing a lot of work as well. But it's work that we love doing, so that really works. And then when we get to travel together, you know, we get to see, you know, France and Zurich and Paris and London and LA together. So it's really great.
So moving forward, 2010 and abroad, are there any grand plans for Vandalism aside from touring and stuff like that? Are there any major things on the horizon that spring to mind?
Nothing beyond doing a truckload of new tracks, which we've got 2 new tracks already to go. Some more collabs. It'd be exciting to work with some different people, and we're looking into that. I'm flying to France to work with a couple of people in 2 weeks, so fingers crossed, see how we go. But it's more about the collaborations and just getting lots of tracks out there.
Are there any websites that spring to mind that people watching can go and check out, listen to your music and find out more about you?
Absolutely. It's just vandalism.com.au, but just look up Vandalism on YouTube or our MySpace, which is MySpace/Vandalism Group. And we've just put out a whole bunch of videos from, we did Future Music Festival in Brisbane, and we put out a whole bunch of videos, and that was unbelievable gig that we did. Awesome. And we got it all filmed, and there's a couple of maybe 6 videos of the gig on YouTube. So if people look up Future Music Festival and Vandalism, they'll see some amazing videos. Like, I can't believe the gig that we did, and we were fortunate enough to get it all filmed, so we loved it.
All right, Andy, well, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us here, and best of luck for 2010 and the future. I'm sure you guys are going to be cracking it as Vandalism for years to come.
Oh, we hope to. Thanks very much, and see you later in New Zealand.
Sweet as, and for all the outtakes from my little interview here with Mr. Andy Vann, one half of the Vandalism music group, jump online to the Bexless Facebook page and check out our exclusive outtakes. Till later, I'll see ya.
Bye.